Hello friends and welcome back to another video. One of the biggest aspects of Ninjago is the elemental powers. There's 22 of these, from normal ones like sound to OP ones like time. I'm going to rank my 10 favorite elemental powers from worst to best. I'm going to exclude Amber because it's a really confusing element, like it depends a lot on whether there are other elemental masters around you or not. Also elements like golden power or darkness won't be here because they aren't official, only the 22 confirmed ones. And this ranking is based on what element I just would want to possess the most. This was a long intro, so yeah, let's get started.
Master of Speed? That's not an element!
Yes, it is an element, Jay, and it's one of the best. There are a lot of very popular fictional characters that are only famous because of their super speed, like the Flash and Sonic. So the whole concept of having super speed is very interesting. This has a lot of benefits. You can participate and win every marathon. You can also go as far as to time traveling because, as we know, if an object reaches the speed of light, it goes forward in time, which is amazing. This is more of a strategic and tactical element. It doesn't look cool or flashy like for example fire or lightning, but it's actually more useful. For example, you can become the best detective in the world. You'll be able to solve any case no matter how smart the criminals are. The power of reading anybody's thoughts is very useful. You can even read your crush's thoughts to know what she thinks about you. Okay, but it also has a lot of bad effects. It might cost you losing a lot of friends by knowing things you should have not known. It might just drive you crazy. That's why you need to be very smart and wise in order to possess such power, like Muir in the show. Another strategic element. If the wrong person possesses this power, there will be chaos. Yes, I'm looking at you, Loki. Anyways, this is like the power of invisibility, or as it's called in the show, light, but way better. You're stealing a house and the owner is coming to the room you're in. Easy is just transform into the wife. I mean, you can use it for not evil things as well, like cheating and hide and seek. So yeah, this is a great ability that will get you in trouble. Now we are moving to the cool elements. With wind, you can do a lot of things, like pushing and grabbing things from distance, which is very useful for lazy people. You can even fly, which is why I never understood why Moro had to learn Enerjitsu. Creating small tornadoes or big ones, you can do a lot, but it's not really as cool as the next elements because you can't burn things or create earthquakes with it. So yeah, let's move on. Water is an extremely useful element. Like in 2050, we all know that there will be no water on the planet. So being the master of water will make you the richest person in the world. It has a lot of useful abilities. Controlling the sea, making it rain during dry seasons. It's also very useful for combat or fighting. Maybe not as useful as fire or earth, but you still can do a lot with it. Like trapping someone's head in a water ball until they choke to death. You can get really creative with it, which is what I like about it. Earth is Ninjago's most underrated element because Cole literally only used it 4 times in the Onya Dragon trilogy. I don't get why he barely uses his element even though it's one of the coolest ones out there. You can do a lot of things with it. Earthquakes is probably the most damaging one. Or creating spikes from the ground. You can obviously create rocks and throw them and all, but you can get really creative with it even more than water. Creating stone cage for example, the Arc Blade can also control lava because lava is molten rocks, but S is frozen water and Nia can't control it, so I guess that's not possible for Cole, but there is no elemental master of lava, so I think if Cole tries really hard, he can do it. Overall, this is a great element. This element will just change the world. You can work as a firefighter, and you'll be the most famous firefighter in the world. You can also save forests from those natural flames, flying at very high speed, using fire, burning your enemies, work as a blacksmith, never feel cold during winter. It has a lot of uses. You probably can also control lava, which will just make this element much cooler. Overall, great element. Lightning is just extremely useful, especially in our modern era. If your phone is at 0%, you can make it at 100% in 1 second. That's crazy. You can power any machine for free, you won't need to pay electricity taxes. So yeah, it's very useful for your everyday life, but what makes it even better is how effective it is in combat. You can literally defeat or even kill any person you know with 1 hit. That's crazy. Controlling thunder as well, crazy element. Now these last two are just based. Destruction is a very powerful element. We don't really know what are its limits, but we've seen that it's capable of creating titans and anything pretty much, even weapons. Obviously it allows to shoot darkness and make explosions and all that cool stuff, but yeah, this feels like the power of gods. It's just the ninja's elements but 100 times stronger. And finally you have the element of time. And if the right person gets this element, there's no way they will ever be defeated, unless they are as dumb as the Time Twins. But this element is just very overpowered. You can just reverse any fight you've lost until you eventually defeat your opponent. Freeze time, slow it, move it forward. I still can't see how the Time Twins lost, they are literally the most powerful characters of the show. probably even more than the first ninjutsu master himself, yet somehow they get easily defeated. So yeah, that's all for today's video. What are your favorite Ninjago elemental powers? Tell us in the comments. It was honestly hard to choose mine because every element is awesome in its own way. Also, I try to stick to this new schedule with one new video every Sunday. So yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share to friends, and I'll see you next time.